Hello, engineers. It's Rever here, and I am back for another episode of Factorio with Bob and Angel's mods. Bob's and Angels. So, I don't even know which ones are which, but hey, they're pretty fun. I'm glad these guys have put a lot of hard work into it. I want to try to get a measuring tool. I wanted to be very professional about, how we would lay out the base here, and never really, I thought it would be cool if you could just like maybe hit a button right here and then run this far and it would tell you that it was 10 blocks away. And in looking, one suggestion that somebody made on Reddit or someplace was you can hit the F4 key. I never knew this. I didn't even know I knew the F4 key was there, but I didn't know it would bring up all this stuff. In particular, you have this show tile grid. So if I click that, it shows the grid like when you're paused. So I'll hit F4 again, close that menu, and now we have a grid. So what I did, let's go over the map mode and see if you can kind of see it. If you look, there's these dashes here. Let me zoom in closer. So what I did was I went all the way around, kind of laid out, again, I don't know how well you can see it, depends on your resolution and all, laid out a couple paths here all the way around. I'll show you in the game in a second. So we have one down here, and you can't see it. I doubt. I don't know. Maybe if you have a good resolution, there is dashes in this dark green. So I made a big box all the way around this lake here, and let's go back out of the map mode. And of course, it's dark. So let's see if we can zoom in. So what I did was basically decided that this would be like a bus of sorts. Like I won't build anything here, so we got plenty of room, tons of room for putting, pipes and everything else we're going to need. As you guys know, I'm kind of playing ahead on the same map, but another play through. And then what I decided here was we'll just leave like space. Why not? Again, real estate's cheap. We own the whole map. It's going to cost us a little more in belts and stuff, but trust me, there's a lot to do. It's just every time I turn around, you need a new thing with Bob's and Angels mods, brass and aluminum and this and that and this chemical and that chemical. So we're just going pretty massive here as far as just trying to spread things out in the beginning so we don't get all jammed up. I'm sure we can work it out. So the idea that I have is over on the right-hand side of the map here, is we will put our metal. We unfortunately have some cliffs in the way, which we can't do too much about, but what I then did, I hope you guys can see this in the dark. It won't be dark forever. There you go. It's getting a little lighter already. So I made these markers on the edges of the grid. So this one doesn't need it. We know that's but so we might put, I think maybe we'll move our iron over to here, say, and then that way we can have a couple iron/steel lines and, down this way. But even my little layout with the iron thing will have to change over time. And, with no biters on this, the way I'm playing it, just no real reason to jam things together. So yeah, so we might, I don't know, if we're not going to move them right now because they're happily producing. But when we get some more resources, I might, start an iron line here where we take this front section for the crushing of the ore, and then maybe we'll have, as we work our way back, the rest of the process. We kind of run right into that cliff. Well, on that note, we really need to get some research going, and that should be our next goal. So the question that I really haven't settled 100% is what do we want to do for the science production? We don't need a whole lot for it. I hate to have to run belts halfway across the map. Speaking of which, how many belts do we have? We got a good number, but one of the things that took me a while to go and, just sort of lay out that grid. So we got some extra materials. Here, I don't want to hit shift. We'll just make a whole boatload more of these because we'll need them to get our next step together. And speaking of the next step, we're, in order to automate, well, of course, we're going to need some assembly machines. So, You know what? Let's just make 10 of them for now. And let's go grab some more iron if we have it. I used up a fair chunk of our iron. Just, it's not like we have that much inventory problems at this point. Oh yeah, we got to say it ran for quite a while, so that's good. We'll just take 3 stacks. Should be enough to keep us going for a little while. Do we have inserters? Let's make a few more inserters while we're here. That's not inserters. And we're probably going to want some splitters too, huh? Oh yeah, we can make lots of... We'll make 3 more, or 4 more, 20 more. It should be a good start. And do we have splitters? We have 7. That's probably good for now. We got some undergrounds. Pipes, or I'm sorry, poles. Yeah, let's... While we're running around figuring things out, we'll get some more poles going. So we should have plenty of electrical poles to get over here. And so what I'm thinking, at least to get started, is this area up here by our electricity would be a good place to keep the electricity. We have the coal right there. And then I have a... Oops, right into the miner. I have, you know what geez, now I ran into rocks. Okay, I got to pay attention to where I'm going. What I'm thinking of is we have some trees in the way, but then after those trees is a pretty big open area back over here. So, now I'm stuck on the trees. There we go. Oops. All right, made it through the trees. So we have a pretty big area over here. So what I'm thinking of is why don't we, you know, anything that's going to make science... We'll put over here. You know, we might have to, well, it might be beneficial to do that. And then, you know, we'll probably, I don't know, we'll just get in here to where it's kind of easiest at first. Eventually we'll have grenades and other things. If we come up this way, here's this rubite. So if you notice, you know, I kind of went well north of the rubite and the... Over here on the map, I don't know if you can see it, is the copper one, the light blue one. So this is what would be where our other would be. So I don't want to start out with the red all the way up here, but you know, this gives us a really big area to produce, and down the road we'll really need it when it comes to the other one. The red's really pretty easy, but we should get the red going because there's quite a bit of red science to get going. So why don't I cut the video here and cut enough of these trees that you know, on this side, these blocks here, we can make, you know, a bit of red science and then send it back over this way to our thing. So let me come right back when I've got some trees cut. All right, hopefully that's enough room. So let's take a look at exactly what we need for this science here. So we need 1 gear and 1 copper plate, which is really not too bad, is it? Now, the question is, do we want to use those gears for something else or just feed them in? So if we take a look, that takes 5 seconds, and we should look, well, here's the gears, half a second. So we really can make a lot of iron gears for, you know, 1 iron gear machine would feed 10 of these red science machines. So we really don't need much in the way of that. So, but let's go ahead and just get, you know, what will be our iron gear machine. I don't think it matters. We'll try to keep it up this way. Yeah, let's, there. We're trying to stay in this block here. And let me just turn this to iron gear so we know what it is. And we will have an outgoing. Oops, let me spin that around. So incoming will be this way. You know what? I'm going to do this. How's that sound? And then we'll put a belt. Oops, come on. Right here. No, that's not at all what we want to do, is it? Now, so we'll bring iron and copper in on, oops, on the same line. I don't think there's any reason not to. Let's see, how many of these do we need, actually? 2, so that's, we don't need copper Yeah, we'll bring iron and copper in on the same line, and then, or no, will we? Now let's just bring in iron here. So at this point, that'll be our iron line, and then we'll come out. Guys, I'm really liking this grid. I know it. I don't know. Hoping it doesn't annoy too many people, and I know it's not very, quote, realistic, but yeah. And so what I'm thinking now is, why don't we do? Yeah, like this guy will put the iron gears on the outside, further away from the machine. And then I will bring the copper in this way. So, oops. Yeah, that far reach mod still is not working. I don't know. So that'll be our copper. This will be our iron. And then here's our bus. So let's see. Do we want to? Yeah, let's do it like this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 for now, and then I like to leave a space of 3, just because hey, why not? Because when you want to pull things in and off, this can get awful crowded. So we'll. Yeah, see, that's really does make it easier for doing things like this with that grid. Yeah, look at that. It also works out kind of perfect that way, too, doesn't it? I did not plan that. So now my issue is, I want to keep these on our, quote, bus. So we'll bring them on the outside. Let's come down here so we can see where the bottom of our bus is. There it is. So this is, you can see where I have the lines here. So the bottom of this bus would be, oops, completely stuck on a tree. Come on. For this case, there we go. So are we going to do like just copper on it, or do we just run them side by side? Oh, that is nice, because my brain's not big enough to figure all that out. All right, so what I'll do is we'll come back here. We might as well start running a bus. We'll make this one iron just because I think it's down lower this way, And we might need more belts. So I think you guys get the idea where I'm going here. And since I got to cut all those trees, why don't I, just go ahead again. I don't want to make it too choppy or cutty, but. And then we got iron coming up here. Oops, went too far, kind of. Where is iron going? Oh, iron's over there. And we got that cliff right in the way. So I guess well, where is our bus this way? And our bus is over here. And iron would come down. Oops, hit the cliff. Where's the cliff end? Come on, get out of my way, tree. Oh yeah, by the way, I made steel tools. I used up the iron ones. We'll be on steel tool mode for a while. Since we can't get her... Yeah, it's pretty annoying, isn't it? These cliffs. Oh, you know what? We can get through right here, can't we? Yep. Alright, so we'll cheat our iron around this way for now. And I'll go up and around this cliff, Yeah, I don't... This stupid cliff. You know what? I could cheat the iron right through here. Just for the sake of... And then this will be the iron... Oops. The iron line going up and down this way. Well, let's get rid of that. Yeah, so if we have to put a splitter eventually to send iron up. Stupid tree. Yeah, the steel's much better. I am going to keep it in line with as much as I can. I'll keep it on the right path. There we go. So that's more or less where the iron will go. And then when we bring the copper down, yeah, this just makes it so much easier. See this? So there'll be a 3 gap. Oops, keep hitting the wrong button. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2. Yep. So let's say that leaves this, and then we have a little room to work in between the lines. So I'll bring the copper down this way. And I guess we'll have to cheat it around here, won't we? Just for now. Hopefully we'll get some... We'll sort of prioritize some explosives. Now we got this line in the way. So this will eventually be iron. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're going to have to... Yeah, because there's 3 blank, blank, blank. So this will eventually be... So yeah, I guess we should definitely get a coal going, huh? We'll turn that around. And why don't we just move that now? How's that sound? Let's start getting a professional setup. We'll just drop that right in there. We want to move that copper eventually anyway. So... Well, I guess we could have just picked these up because we're going to run a copper line there, aren't we? All right, then this guy should dive underneath. Or should he? No, let's run this guy up the same way. We will... Oh, that poles are right in the way there. I don't even know if that's where the copper's going to go long term. There we go. All right, we got a little bit of a bus system going. Now, eventually, I plan on leaving this open too, because we may end up busing a lot of stuff. And I don't know if we'll keep them copper, because, you know, obviously 4 of each is a bit much, but this spreads them out pretty nicely. So I think we should get our copper coming down this way. And for now, since this guy's the cheater, we'll just do that. And coal should do its best to jump over. Well, that didn't really work, did it? All right, fine. Whatever. We'll just keep it going. Very good, very good. All right, so now we're picking up all the copper. All right, so let's just rotate these guys so that they're not picking anything up for a few minutes. And we probably even want to do some lane balancing here, don't we? I don't know. All right, so this is where we got to cut around. And since I'm cutting through these things at a massive rate, let's go pick up more of our iron. And let's make a bunch more belts. Let's make at least a couple hundred. We were at 400 and some. We'll take this down to where we have enough for 200. There we go. That'll keep my pocket crafter going. All right, so what do we want to do here? This, you know, eventually, well, no, we're going to send stuff over here, so we'll just divert this guy. There we go. Then here comes our copper, right? And then, yeah, this is where it's nice. But where is our bus? Yeah, this is our bus. I just don't have it marked out here for some reason. So this is 1, 2, 3. So that'll be our copper bus eventually, and you know, before we get iron on here, we need to squeeze our copper past here too, don't we? So instead of having them cross. Can I get through there? Yeah, whatever. There we go. So now that's the steel. 1, 2, 3. This is where we'll get our copper going. So that's a little tray. Get out of that. Yeah, definitely have to work on some explosives there. Now, why don't we have copper coming down here? Did I put my... Oh. Good. Glad that didn't cause a problem. There we go. All right, that seems like it's flowing. And iron. Iron is flowing. So it's just a matter of running this the rest of the way up. And like I said, let me, I'll cut the video here. And because it's going to take a good amount to get through these trees. I might cut a couple extra, but, and I know this seems like a lot of, I don't want to say waste, but you know, there's a lot to this. So let me cut the trees and get us turn this corner, and I will see you when I got the copper and the iron hooked up. Well, there we go. We've got the copper run all the way through there. We got enough trees to last us quite a while. So anyway, there we go. So what we now need to do is get some power over here. But before we even do that, do we want to leave a space? It doesn't matter. I don't think, I mean, it's just going to be a red line. It's not going to take that long. So let's go with, what do you think, 5 of these? See how it goes. That'll be a lot more red production than we have now. And yeah, well, we don't really need that pole, do we? All right, so now we got plenty of these, so we'll dump these out the bottom. And we'll pick them up here. And let's select, yep, 1 gear, 1 copper plate. All right, so now let's hit shift. And we'll just copy these. Oops, didn't hit shift. There we go. And now we need to get power here. So that shouldn't be too hard. Though we do want to try to, just for the sake of, let's maximize that. Let's put a copper like right in, or a line right in between these. That should work out pretty well. All right, yep, we're not going to hit our, well, it doesn't matter if we go through the coal field. Oh, I'm against the rock. And we should have some power right down this way. Oops, yep, let's, all right, so now we should have power over there. And the next thing will be to get the, make sure everything's running, but then we'll get the, whatever you call it, red science going. Let's get the outgoing belt going first. Wrong way. All right, I think I want to go up and over like this. And we'll get this guy feeding in. And there's no real reason to go that far, is there? And we're out of belts. Okay. Probably need a couple hundred more, right? We'll need to get a belt making machine going here soon, huh? All right, so we'll let me pause it while these belts are made. And there we go. Should have plenty of belts, I hope. Probably could have put these in while we waited. I'm just going to jump over these two lines right there. That way, eventually we might have to jump over more. Yeah, we definitely want to keep going. At least past where this coal is here. So let's see. Where are we going? I probably should end up moving those. But for now, let's just get it going and I don't think there's any reason not to jump over right here or so. And at least that way we'll... Oops. Yeah, the grid. Let me know what you guys think of the grid. It's not bad in my opinion. Let's come over here first and line up just... like when sometimes with machines, it's hard to see where they're at. All right, we just about have red signs, guys, which is wonderful. And put a couple of these. That guy will span the gap beautifully. Now, I also have some red science already in here. I forget why. So let's come up and see what is the next thing that we want to get. Yeah, eventually we're definitely going to need that to get those basic circuit boards, but is there anything else? That all requires green and red. Green algae, wood processing. Yeah, we don't need refining yet. We don't need near inserters. The warehouses are nice. Tin smelting, that'll be nice. Water treatment. We're definitely going to need some water treatment. And we're definitely going to need some greenhouses. Let's go with the water treatment first because, hey, why not, right? Nothing else. Electrolysis. We'll need a bunch of it, so there we go. I don't know that there's anything more urgent than the next thing. So there we go. Now, why is our red science? Nope, it's on its way. Very good. So there we go, guys. We have red science. We have a grid laid out. Nice and spread out, hopefully. I think what I'll do is, in between episodes, I think the next thing to do is probably just to jump right on the green science, because a lot of that stuff we're going to need. And, I'll figure out what we need exactly, and then probably clear out a space. Maybe we'll put our green science right here. Good chance we'll need, copper and iron, and we got it right here. So I hope you have enjoyed the episode, and take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye-bye.